Hello, everybody, and welcome back again. This is day number 4 on this 7-day course of how to build your first ad in Google Adwords. This is Matt Seamer once again with Internet Profit Consultants, and today we are going to go dive further into the details of building that first Google AdWords ad. So without wasting any more time, let's go on and log into Google AdWords. By now you should know the homepage, google.com/AdWords, and I will log myself in. Okay, and I'm going to, today you want to go to Campaign Summary and click on the first campaign that you made and click on that ad group number 1 that we built all the way back in day number 1. Okay, so today what we want to do is we're going to make use of that list of keywords that we gathered together in day 2. So I want you to find that file that you saved from a couple days ago. Remember, should be a notepad file. And so I'm just going to go File Open. I know I saved mine on the desktop and I named it the My Keywords. Here it is. Okay, so this is my list of keywords. And what I'm going to do to start off with is use this list to help me build not only my very first ad, but my first couple sets of ads. So I'll give you a couple examples today of ads that we can make. Okay, so let's start by getting rid of that junk. Okay, the most obvious term, if I'm a health insurance agent, which again I'm pretending to be for the purposes of this example, health insurance is going to be the most obvious, straightforward thing to advertise on. Okay, so if I, again, am a health insurance agent in St. Louis, I don't want to advertise on just health insurance. I want to advertise on like health insurance, St. Louis health insurance, for example. Okay, so I am going to, in my ad group, go ahead and start plugging in the real keywords that I want to use for this ad. Okay, so I'm going to type in St. Louis Health Insurance. Now, it's also going to be important. St. Louis is kind of a funny case because you can spell it a couple of different ways. You can spell it St. Louis Health Insurance, or without the period. I also will want to go ahead and do a couple variations like health insurance St. Louis, health insurance St. Louis, health insurance St. Louis. Okay, so what I've just created are what are called broad match search terms. You'll see this helpful little key over here. There's some, not really coding, but some things you can do when you're typing in the keywords that you want your ad to show up on that tells Google more specific things. Let me give you an example. Okay, if somebody types in St. Louis Health Insurance into Google, your ad is going to show up. Your ad would also show up if somebody types in, I would never buy St. Louis health insurance, which is not exactly the type of person that you want to be advertising to. Doesn't sound like a good prospective buyer. Or like if somebody types in dirt cheap St. Louis health insurance. Again, not the most promising prospect, so you may not want your ad to show up to somebody typing in something like that. In the case of broad match, it would, because with broad match, what it does is Google will display your ad to anyone who types in all 4 of these words, the St. Louis Health Insurance. Doesn't matter if they say things like dirt cheap health insurance, St. Louis Health Insurance. Doesn't matter if they scramble them all around like the health of Lewis was destroyed by Saint Insurance. I don't, something crazy like that. Your ad would still appear for something completely irrelevant. That's what happens in broad match. Now in phrase match, that is this example here that Google is giving you. So if I type in St. Louis Health Insurance broad match, what that means is Google will display your ad only when somebody types in the phrase in that exact order, but it can be surrounded by other words. So in this example, St. Louis Health Insurance phrase match, your ad would still show up for somebody typing in dirt cheap St. Louis Health Insurance, but it would not show up if somebody types in that crazy example I gave you before of the health of Lewis was severely damaged by St. Insurance. Wouldn't show up for that. So that's phrase match. Now, then finally, we've also got exact match. So when I type in St. Louis Health Insurance surrounded by brackets, that means that's telling Google that you want an exact match search. So your ad is only going to display if somebody types in St. Louis Health Insurance exactly like you've typed it, no other words, no different order, no anything. They have to type it in exactly like that. So when I'm building campaigns for myself or my clients, I like to use all 3 of these because as you're going to see as you build out your campaigns and see the results start to come in, you might get very different results from exact match than you do from phrase match and from broad match. In general, speaking very generally, exact match works a lot better. But the phrase and the broad match are going to help you find people that you wouldn't have found otherwise if you said, I only want people typing in exactly St. Louis Health Insurance. Okay, so that's, again, I just want to stress the importance of using all 3 of those different phrase types, the broad, phrase, and exact match. So I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and type in a couple more of these just to illustrate how you do it. I'm repeating this one up here as a phrase and then as an exact match. St. Louis Health Insurance. And let's do one more. I'll do phrase match on St. Louis Health Insurance and St. Louis Health Insurance. Okay. So now I'm going to hit save. And you'll see this little warning message up here. It's telling me that 4 keywords are inactive for the search, which basically means if I want my ad to show up, I have to offer to pay Google more money. How very nice of them, right?